Okay, so this one is August Rush. This is with Freddie Highmore, Kerry Russell, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, Terrence Howard, and Robin Williams. I just want to talk about Jonathan Rhys-Meyers real quick. He is featured in an NBC show right now called Dracula, and I'm currently watching it, and it's really good. And I suggest if you are a fan of his work or just you like Dracula, you need to watch it. It's really good. And also Robin Williams, there's a new show with him called The Crazy Ones. I'm not a personal fan of it. It's alright, but it's not great. It actually features Sarah Michelle Gellar too. Here's my First Narnia. This is The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. This one has a lot of symbolism that a lot of people don't realize. If you are religious, you know this. Aslan is kind of the Jesus figure, and there's a part in the movie where Aslan goes and lays on the stone table. The witch, she wants him to die, and when the stone table cracks, that's him getting off the cross. That's just the symbolism behind it. There's a couple of other things that happen, but I'm not too sure what they are. So yeah, it's the First Narnia, and I have a couple more here. So this is also Narnia. This is Prince Caspian. This is the second film. This one has more battles in it than anything. I didn't personally get, but it's alright. It's still a Narnia a movie, and it's okay. It's not great, but I prefer the first one over this one. And this one is Prince Caspian. And here's my last and final Narnia. This is the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. They will be making another one pretty soon. I think it will be coming out next year. Don't quote me on that. They're gonna be making the silver chair. And if you're a real Narnia fan, you know that this is not the first time that Narnia was made. It was actually made back in the 80s, that I believe. And I do have the collection, so you should stay tuned. I do own it. Okay, so here's one of my favorite movies of this year. This is Oz, the Great and Powerful, with James Franco, Mila Kunis, and Rachel Weisz, which we know from The Mummy. James Franco from Pineapple Express and a couple of other movies. This movie literally almost didn't get made, not at all. Like back then, they had tried to do it. Disney had tried to do it. It wasn't the right time. There's a whole documentary on this movie that Walt Disney, he went through a process trying to bring this movie to life. He tried to make it part of a land. He tried to make it a ride. It just never happened. But the way that he wanted it, it never happened until this year when they put this movie out. This is one of the most colorful movies I've ever seen. It goes so much into the world, and it really captures what this movie is really supposed to be, and I love it. So it's a really good movie. Okay, so here's a movie that I normally wouldn't have bought from the store. This is The Rise of the Guardians. It tells the story of Santa Claus, Jack Frost, the Sandman, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Rabbit. I think it's a really, really good movie. It's really well done, and I like the whole childhood theme of them actually bringing this story to life and showing you what it could possibly look like. And there's one more other character, I can't remember his name. He's like the dark kind of boogeyman. I think that's what it is, but I'm not too sure. And this is from the same people that brought you How to Train Your Dragon, so I really enjoy this film. Okay, so here is a movie that you guys have seen before if you've watched my videos on my channel here. This is a widescreen version of Aragon, and I don't currently own the books. I have so many books right now that I need to read, and I'll just pick this one up later. So I was noticing this one has Jeremy Irons in it. This is just one of a couple of other movies that I have with him, so I really enjoy his work. And if you guys remember The Lion King, he was the voice of Scar. Really good movie. Okay, so if you know James Cameron's work, you know that he created this movie, Avatar. This one should have come out when Titanic came out. Not a lot of people know that. It took 14 years to actually make this movie. The computer generated graphics weren't that good way back then. So then he created this one at this time, and he knew that it was the right time to make this movie. This is what he created. So this is the first version that I have of this movie. It's the theatrical version. I have a second version of this movie, which I'll be